Let's pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and the legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom we have been pleased to call to the performance of important trust in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our charge. Amen. Thank you. Good morning, honorable members. Welcome to today's sitting. We can commence and ask the clerk to proceed.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Next order.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
May I invite Honorable Stephen Mwandi to come forward and lay a paper, after which Honorable Daniel Ndwiki will lay another paper. Honorable Stephen Mwandi, DS, come forward.
Thank you, Madam. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Stephen Mwande, representing the great people of Ekalakale Katini Ward. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following papers on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, 28th November 2023. The 5th report of the Committee on Appointments of the 3rd Assembly on the vetting of nominee for as County Executive Committee member, Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable DS. Honorable Ndwiki, Chairperson, Committee on Lands and Energy. Anybody holding brief for Honorable Ndwiki in the House? Thank you, Honorable Kisila, for your kindness.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Brian Kisila. I'm a member of the Lands Committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, Tuesday, 28 November 2023. The report of the Lands and Energy Committee on the Consa Technopolis Buffer Zone Inter-County Physical and Land Use Development Plan 2023-2033. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kisila. Next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
May I invite Honorable Stephen Mwandhi, the first chairperson committee on appointment, to proceed and give a notice of motion, after which I'll ask Honorable Kisila once again to proceed and give a notice of motion. Proceed, Honorable Mwandhi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution of Kenya, as read with Section 30, Subsection 2D of the County Governments Act 2012, provides that the Governor shall appoint the County Executive Committee members with approval of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Orders 184, Sub-Order 4 of the County Assembly of Machakos Standing Orders provides that the Committee on Appointments shall consider for approval by the Assembly appointments of members of County Executive Committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give notice of motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its 50th report of the vetting of nominee for approval as County Executive Committee member, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 28th November 2023, and pursuant to Article 179 2B of the Constitution, Section 30, Subsection 2D of the County Governments Act 2012, Sections 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, and Standing Order 184, Sub-Order 4, this House approves the appointment of Ms. Rita Ndunge Dunda as County Executive Committee member, Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member. May I again invite Honorable Kisila.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Brian Kisila, a member of the Lands Committee, sitting in for the chairman. Honorable Speaker, that aware the Article 184A of the Constitution provides that a county assembly may receive and approve plans and policies for the management and exploitation of county's resources and the development and management of its infrastructure and institutions. Aware that the Assembly received Consa Technopolis Buffer Zone Inter-County Physical and Land Development Plan 2023-2033. Informed that the development plan is a 10-year plan that seeks to provide a framework for spatial development of 58,782 hectares of land covering a 10-kilometer radius within the 3 counties of Makueni, Machakos, and Kajiado, herein cited as buffer zone. Cognizant that the plan proposes to reserve land for ranching and wildlife conservation, irrigation, and small-scale agriculture, enhancement of transport and connectivity by linking the Technopolis to buffer zone, sewer treatment plan, solid waste collection center, and promotion of carbon credit initiatives, among other proposals. Aware that after receipt of the development plan, the committee in various sittings considered the plan and subsequent compiled a report. Honorable Speaker, I wish to give a notice of motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Lands and Energy Committee on Consa Technopolis Buffer Zone Intercounty Physical and Land Use Development Plan 2023-2033 laid on the table of this house, of the house today, Tuesday, 28th November 2023, and pursuant to Articles 184A of the Constitution and Standing Order 195 of the County Assembly Standing Orders, approves the Consa Technopolis Buffer Zone Intercounty Physical and Land Use Development Plan 2023-2033. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kisela. Clerk, do you have next order?
Order number 7, statements.
May I invite Honorable Nicholas Nzioka to come forward and make a statement, after which Honorable Judas Ndawa will comment on whether the statement of the response given was satisfactory. That is something we did last week. So proceed, Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. Sorry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And I wouldn't wish to be called Ndawa.
You'd wish.
Oh, I wouldn't, because his name is associated with a lot of Kamba idioms. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the House Business Committee met on Monday, 27th November 2023, to prioritize business for the House as forwarded by committees and honorable members pursuant to the provision of Standing Order number 151, Suborder 6D. The committee balloted business as follows. Tuesday morning, 28th November 2023, at 10 a.m., A, report of the committee on appointments on vetting of nominee for the position of County Executive Committee member, that is Roads, Transport and Public Works, by the Honorable Stephen Mwandhi. B, response to a statement on human-wildlife conflict in Matu Ward by the Honorable Andilo. Tuesday afternoon, 28th November 2023 at 2:30 p.m. A report of the Lands and Energy Committee on Konza Metropolis Buffer Zone Intercounty Physical and Development Plan for 2023 to 2033 by the Honorable Daniel Ndweki. Wednesday morning, 29th November 2023 at 10 a.m. A, motion on teeth handling sensitization at both prenatal and postnatal clinics by the Honorable Judas Ndawa. Wednesday afternoon, 29th November 2023 at 2:30 p.m. A, report on status of contracted rural roads project for financial year 2022-2023 by the Honorable Mwoki Musila. And B, motion on adjournment of the House by the Honorable Nicholas Nzioka. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Majority Leader. Honorable Judas Ndawa, you recall last week we deferred your response or your answer to whether you are satisfied with a statement, response that was given. I'll call upon you to come forward and say whether you are satisfied or not satisfied.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Judas Ndawa.
The response is also attached there for reference by members.
Yes.
Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, before I say whether I'm satisfied or not satisfied, there are some issues that I noted. And as you are aware, if we say we are not satisfied, the committee will go back and they may not know exactly where to start. So it is good to highlight the hiatus which are there. Honorable Speaker, from the report, we are told that some video clips are available. And I don't know why the clips were not played, because it is a requirement. If you have issues which are audio, you also play for members to understand exactly the position. Again, Honorable Speaker, in the report, if we go back to what was sought, item number 1 is the initiative Kenya Wildlife Service is doing to ensure that wildlife in the nearby ranch is contained to avert destruction. That is now Gengi, Bengoni, Kibandeni, those areas. That was the issue number 1. The initiative the wildlife is taking to ensure that the animals are contained. From the response, Honorable Speaker, the response is addressing other areas, not the area in question. Because in the report, we have seen the areas which were identified among, I'm taking you to response 2.3 response. The last sentence, no, the second last sentence. It says, among the identified and mapped wildlife corridors awaiting gazettement are Athi Kapiti Plains and Kitengela migration corridors. Honorable Speaker, these areas are not within the statement that we sought. And I want to inform the House that the statement was specific, and the response we are getting here is general. So we were expecting a specific answers on specific area. So the 2 areas are not in Matu and are not part of what we requested. Again, Honorable Speaker, in the same report, in the second issue raised in the statement, whether the Kenya Wildlife Service has established a fair and prompt compensation or insurance mechanism for communities affected by wildlife attacks or property damage alleviate economic hardship through the county. That concern again is not answered in any part of this report. The last point, the last question which I raised, why Kenya Wildlife Service has not established wildlife corridors. That is now what is answered in the other question. It is talking about Oldonyo's book, which they are saying in this financial year they have set aside to fence Oldonyo National Reserve, which is not within the statement we sought. And again, Honorable Speaker, in the same report, page 6, we have seen that we are being taught over 2,000 kilometers of electric fencing have been elected throughout the country with the funding from different sources. Honorable Speaker, in the 200 kilometers, no inch of electrical fence in the area in question. What was the expectation, Honorable Speaker? In the statement, the residents or the petitioners, or because the statement is not owned by me alone, it is an issue concerning the residents of Matu. We were expecting to hear when compensation will be done, and that is not provided for in the report. Again, another expectation, Honorable Speaker, we were expecting to hear that a team of assessors and a team of valuers will be visiting the site to establish the degree of the damage. That is not captured in the report. Honorable Speaker, there is a table provided for. There is a table provided here in table 1. Table 1. Table 1 from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Those are areas in question. The other bit from number 8. From number 8 up to which number? Up to the last one. Up to number 78. From 8 up to 78. Those areas are not in question. We only request to know about the area that we mentioned. That is Mbingoni, Ngengi, Kebandeni, and Kitambazi. Kitamba is missing here. Is it? Yes. So those are the areas. We are being told by the chairperson who brought this report that on 25th, let me start from number 7, because he has gone back to me. We are being told by this report that on 28th, on 24th of August 2022, Ngengi Mbingoni, that is those two areas, the type of incident which was there was crop destruction. The animals which were mentioned in the report are zebras. Then action taken. We are told the zebras were driven away. If you go to number 7, the same area, the action is just same. Driving away the animals. Honorable Speaker, if you chase animals from one location to another location and you leave them, is there anything that deter the animals from coming back? You just drive them, then you go. And if you check on the duration, they are driving after 1 month. They drive the animals today, they go and come back after 1 month. So what happens in that 1 month? That means the problem is not solved. So, Honorable Speaker, our expectation was that we get a permanent solution, we get compensated, and we also proposed when we were ventilating that the wildlife start feeding the residents of Matu Ward, because Ngengi area, Mbingoni, and Kibandini, those are the areas where we expect to harvest the highest yield. That is where we get food to feed the Matu location. So, Honorable Speaker, based on the issues I've raised, I'm not satisfied with this report. Then before I leave, the chairperson, during the site visit, assured the residents of Matu that they are going to be compensated. That is the assurance which was given. And I wonder whether, as a committee, we have capacity to say whether compensation is going to be done. Honorable Speaker, to confirm what I'm saying, I just want to play one clip which is here, because other clips have not been provided. To confirm what I'm saying, because we need to live and remain within the areas where we have mandate to handle issues. Issues which are not within our mandate, we should not have powers, we should not usurp powers that we may not have. And I will request, Honorable Speaker, leave about this committee, another committee that has been assigned to address issues on statements. Please, let us be keen, because statements are sought to bring answers or to bring solutions to the residents. This clip was not shared by the committee, but I obtained it from I'm finalizing the report.
Point of information.
It's just, yes.
Given. Granted. Honorable. No.
Madam Speaker, I like the vigor in which our minority leader has. But have you given him permission to play the clip? The clip might might not be admissible in this assembly. It is important that he seeks permission first, that you give him permission to play the clip. And knowing him, he might just play a clip which might might be a bit offensive to the assembly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kisila. The permission to play the clip was not sought, and we may not establish the authenticity of that clip, the source, how it was obtained, and therefore it will be very unfair to play a clip we do not know the source, the source in this house. I believe what the member has discussed and mentioned is adequate information that is not satisfied, and I may now proceed to pronounce my ruling. Conclude, but we are not playing the clip. Yes, proceed.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. But let the Mheshimiwa Brian know that I'm not all that petty. I only play something which can add value to the business before the house. But since a ruling has been made, I just go by the ruling. By the ruling.
Not address the issue after I had made a ruling, Honorable Ndao.
Yes. So, Honorable Speaker,
Proceed and conclude.
Finally, I'm repeating what I had said before. If a statement is sought, as we get answers from respective departments, let's have that statement on the table so that we can go item number 1. Give us answers on item number 1. Give us answers on item number 2 up to the last item so that the report can be relevant. If I was a teacher and I was marking a composition, I would have written this irrelevant. I would have said the report is irrelevant because it is touching areas which are not in the statement. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I'm not satisfied.
Thank you, Honorable Ndawa. At this point, I wish to state that according to Honorable Ndawa, he is not satisfied. The member is not satisfied with the response given. It doesn't touch on many issues that he had brought out, and it has gone beyond answering matters beyond the statement. And of course, it has ignored some of the questions raised and issues raised. So at this point, I wish to return this, to request the committee concerned, the Committee on Devolution, am I right? The Committee on Devolution to go back and look into the matter once more, address the concerns raised by the member, Honorable Ndawa, put them into perspective, and let us have another response within 14 days. That's all. Am I guided? Yeah, within 14 days from today. Thank you, honorable members. Honorable Mwanga.
Madam Speaker, I'm standing on the same agenda on the order paper on statements. Madam Speaker, on 7th of this month, I stood before this house.
You are out of order, honorable member. You are.
I'm raising a different issue, not the one you have ruled, Madam Speaker.
It's on statements, isn't it?
Yeah, on statements, not the particular statement which Honorable Ndawa was replying on.
Okay, let me allow you to proceed.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We are still learning, Madam Speaker. I appreciate. Madam Speaker, on 7th of this month, I stood before this house and sought a statement on seeds distribution in my ward, and it was on 7th, and you directed that the Chair Agriculture should issue a response by 21st of this month. Today, I think it's 28th. So, Madam Speaker, I was just reminding the chair that she gave a directive and it has not been honored. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Member. May I ask the clerks, what? Thank you, Honorable Mwanga, for raising that issue. I just don't wish to really ask the chair to respond, the chair concerned, but wish to ask him to expedite on this matter and perhaps should have sought for extension of time if there was an important or there was a reason, a challenge that he was facing, which he has not done. So I wish you can just bring us a response tomorrow concerning that matter. Yes, tomorrow. Yes.
Madam Speaker, thank you for your guidance. Madam Speaker, it's true that the Committee of Agriculture is seized of this statement. Madam Speaker, we've made an effort. As you know, with the response we give, we get it from the department. It is not our own response. So we have engaged the department so that we don't come with a half-cooked, half-baked response. The response that, Madam Speaker, we got, we felt that it left a lot of gaps. So we requested for more information so that when we bring the response, the honorable member will be satisfied. Madam Speaker, I beg that we have invited actually the CC concerned and the CEO to come and shed more light so that we don't come here with something which is not acceptable. Madam Speaker, I beg that you give us additional 1 week.
That is what you should have done before the expiry of the
Madam Speaker, Mheshimiwa Mwanga has just said we are learning.
Let me finish.
I'm still learning.
Yes, I know.
I'm
just guiding you through. Let me just finish.
Yes.
You may have a seat. I'm saying that before the expiry of the time that you are given, should have come before this House to seek for more time. And I think it's something that everybody should be able to pick, that when you are running out of time and you see that the time is expiring, you come before the House and seek for extension. We shall gladly grant it, because you must say why you are not meeting your deadlines. Perhaps you are meeting some challenges. So, Honorable Mbuva, you're seeking for 1 week?
I'm seeking for 1 week.
Okay, 1 week granted. That takes us to where? What date?
Just 7 days.
From today? So that should be 20. Those are 2 months. Are you asking for 1 week or 2 months?
I'm asking for 1 week. If in 1 week's time we can be able to seek another response.
All right, you are given 1 week. Thank you. Honorable Ndilo?
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Speaker, for giving me such a chance. I would want to give a point of information or maybe reply to the statement that was reverted back to my committee. And I would want to say that regarding the clip that was going to be played this morning by the affected member.
I have made a ruling on that clip.
How do we?
I've made a ruling on that clip. Say something different.
I want to reply on the same.
No, you can't. You are out of order,
Oh.
Honorable Member.
Point of information, Madam.
Who are you informing? No one is there to be informed. Thank you. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. Next order.
Order number 8, motion, approval of report of committee on appointments on vetting of county executive committee member, roads, transport, and public works.
May I invite Honorable Stephen Mwandi, Vice Chairperson, Committee on Appointments, to come forward and move that motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Stephen Mwandi, representing the great people of Kalakala, Hekatini Ward. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 179 Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution of Kenya, as read with Section 30, Subsection 2D of the County Governments Act 2012, provides that the governor shall appoint the County Executive Committee members with approval of the County Assembly. Aware that Standing Order 184 Sub-Order 4 of the County Assembly of Machakos Standing Orders provides that the Committee on Appointments shall consider for approval by the Assembly appointments of members of County Executive Committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move a motion that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointments in its 5th report of the vetting of nominee for approval as County Executive Committee member, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 28th November 2023, and pursuant to Article 179 Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution, Section 3, Subsection 2D of the County Governments Act 2012, Sections 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017 and the Standing Orders 184 Sub-Order 4. This House approves the appointment of Mrs. Rita Ndonda as County Executive Committee Member, Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Thank you, Madam Speaker. And so I call upon Honorable Francis Kitaka to second.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Francis Kitaka. Thank you, Honorable Kitaka. I now propose the question that, taking into consideration the findings of the Committee on Appointment in its 5th report on the vetting of nominee for approval as County Executive Committee, laid on the table of the House today, Tuesday, 28th November 2023, and pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution, Section 30, 2D of the County Government Act 2012, Section 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, and Standing Order 184-4, this House approves the appointment of Ms. Rita Ndunda as County Executive Committee Member, Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Before I invite members to debate this motion, let me call the mover of the same to come forward and highlight on the report. Honorable Stephen Mwandi.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, this is the 5th report of the Committee on Appointments of the 3rd Assembly on the vetting of nominee for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee Member, Roads, Transport and Public Works. And Madam Speaker, if you allow me, I'll read the forward, which as a summarized report from the committee. Then I read the recommendations.
That is in order. Proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution, as read with the Section 32D of the County Governments Act 2012 of the County Governments Act 2012, Her Excellency the Governor of Machakos County nominated Ms. Rita Ndunda for appointment to the position of County Executive Committee Member for Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Notification of the nomination was conveyed to the Speaker of the County Assembly through a letter of reference GMC/OOG/115/2023 dated 2nd November 2023. Pursuant to Standing Orders 39, Sub-Order 1, the Speaker of the County Assembly read the message from My Excellency the Governor, Machakos County, communicating the name of the nominee on Wednesday, 8th November 2023. Further, pursuant to Section 7, Subsection 1 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017 and Standing Orders 184, Sub-Order 4, the name of the nominee was committed to the Committee on Appointments for approval, hearings and reporting to the House within 21 days. Consequently, and in accordance with Articles 196, Sub-Article 1 of the Constitution, Section 7, Subsection 5 and 10 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, and Standing Order 42, Sub-Order 5 and 6, the Clerk of the County Assembly placed an advertisement in the print media on Friday, 10th November 2023, inviting the public to attend the approval hearings and all submit any information or comments on suitability or otherwise for appointment of the nominee. The submissions were to be by way of sworn-in affidavits and delivered to the office of the Clerk of the Assembly. By close of the submission deadline, the committee had not received any memoranda concerning the suitability of the nominee. In the same advertisement, the Clerk of the County Assembly notified members of public that the Committee on Appointments would conduct the approval hearings on Monday, 20th November 2023. The nominee appeared before the committee as scheduled for approval hearing in accordance with the Constitution, County Governments Act, Public Appointments and County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, and the County Assembly of Machakos Standing Orders. Pursuant to Section 7, Subsection 8 and 9, and Section 8 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, the committee observed that the nominee met the requirements of Chapter 6 of the Constitution, demonstrated knowledge of her roles, understood composition and functions of the CECM, and the requisite qualifications. Madam Speaker, there was an error. It should be changed from is to her, just on that sentence that I've just read.
Yeah, it's noted.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The nominee, Ms. Rita Dunge Dunda, scored above the pass mark of 60% set by the committee to be approved for appointment as County Executive Committee member for Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works. Having conducted the approval hearings for the nominee pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution as read with Section 30, Subsection 2D of the County Governments Act 2012, Sections 4 and 9 of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, and Standing Order 184, Sub-Order 4, the committee recommends that the House approves the nomination of Ms. Rita Dungendunda for appointment as County Executive Committee member for Department of Roads, Transport and Public Works by Her Excellency, the Governor of Machakos County. The committee is grateful to the offices of the Speaker and the Clerk of the County Assembly for the support according to it during the accomplishment of this duty. I wish to express my appreciation to the honorable members of the committee for their dedication and participation in this exercise. On behalf of the Committee on Appointments and pursuant to Sections 14(3)(b) of the County Governments Act, Section 9(1) of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Act 2017 and Standing Order 179, Sub-Order 6, it is now my duty and privilege to present to the House the fifth report of the Committee on Appointments on the approval hearing of the nominee to the position of County Executive Committee member for Department of Roads, Transport, Public Works by Her Excellency the Governor of Machakos County. Madam Speaker, I may now read the recommendations, and as I also go to the recommendations, I would also wish members or the Secretariat to change on page 12. There was another error. On page 12, there was an error on the date of birth. It should be changed from 1997 to 1972, Madam Speaker.
Which page is that?
Page 12, paragraph 31.
Page 12, 31.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
1972.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Number 4, the last page, that is paragraph 53. Having conducted the approval hearing of the nominee pursuant to Article 179, Sub-Article 2B of the Constitution as read with Section 35 of the County Governments Act and Section 9(1) of the Public Appointments County Assemblies Approvals Act 2017, the committee recommends that this House, 1, approves the nomination of Ms. Rita Ndungendunda for appointment as the County Executive Committee member for Roads, Transport and Public Works by Her Excellency the Governor of Machakos County. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable DS. May I now invite members to debate this motion? Honorable Mwanga, then Honorable Mbula, in that order.
Madam Speaker,
Honorable Helen Deti.
I would like to start by applauding the committee which you do chair. That is the Committee on Appointments. Madam Speaker, I know the composition of that committee, and I would like to say the report before this House actually is a report which has been brought by a committee which sees the start of that assembly has brought the 5th report, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I've known Lita Ndunge since 2015. She filed in 2017 for the seat of woman representative in Machakos County. Again in 2022. Madam Speaker, to some of us and the other politicians who are not in this House, Madam Lita Ndunge has something that we should borrow from her. Immediately after elections, she goes back to her normal businesses and forgets about politicking out there. Madam Speaker, I remember in 2018, immediately I lost the seat for Masinga Central Ward. She helped me a lot in giving wheelchairs to vulnerables. Madam Speaker, I would say one Lita Ndunge qualifies to be the CEC Roads. And I want to thank Her Excellency and say she made the right choice in appointing one Lita Ndunge, in nominating, sorry. And that is why I'm thanking committee for coming with a positive report. Madam Speaker, I'm urging my colleagues, honorable members, let's not waste a lot of time in debating this report. Because I know almost all the members in this House, 99%, I've interacted with them since the name was forwarded to this House, to this honorable House. And of all the people I've interacted with them, none of them is against our nomination to that post. So, Madam Speaker, I think the best thing to do, and to save the time of this House, is just to put the question.
Thank you.
So that we can do other businesses. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I do support the report 100%. She is equal to the task.
Thank you, Honorable Member. But since I had identified members to say something, Honorable Mbula, proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am Constance Mbula Nzioki, nominated by Maendeleo Chapchap. First and foremost, I want to thank our governor so much. And Madam Speaker, can you protect me from Honorable Monga? He's pushing my dress. And I don't know what he wants. The governor has... Honorable
Honorable
Speaker.
Mwanga, if that has happened, let it not
Honorable
happen.
Speaker, I
If it
think he
hasn't
wants to
happened, let it not
represent
happen.
Honorable Kavu, and I have refused. So... Honorable Speaker, I wish Honorable Governor was here, and I want her to get this information. There is noise here. Now, this is not a time of women being kept in the kitchen. I want to say Honorable Rita is so able. I have known her for the last 10 years, and she can do it. The department she was put in is entirely for men. People have believed roads are for men because women somehow are supposed to take care of the kitchen, but the time is gone. The lady is so learned, she's so experienced, she's so able, and she'll do it even better than some men. Honorable Speaker, I do not want to be informed.
Point of information granted.
Madam Speaker, when members are contributing, we need to be serious because is the member who was there trying to imply that men are weaker or are incompetent. And also, is she trying to say when women are appointed that they are better off than men? We cannot start equating this house into a gender-based house. It is important that we note that competencies are there for both men and women. And women are not weaker. When you stand to contribute, stop contributing as if you are making women weaker. I have a daughter, I know she's very able. Please, unless you are trying to imply women are weaker, and that
Your point,
that statement needs to be withdrawn.
Honorable Kisila, your point is noted. Proceed, Honorable Mbula.
Thank you, Honorable Member, but I did not say you are any weaker. I said the lady is competent, she can work, I have known her. This is not her first job, and she has done it even through the national government before. I have heard somebody, the Honorable Member who was reading, recognized a mistake, a typical error in the date of birth. But I want to say, date of birth is not the issue. The issue here is the ability to perform. If you look at that date of her birth, she can be my daughter, a very old one, and I am here performing. So, Madam Speaker, I want to say, let women be given time and be given the jobs, and they will do it. That way, men should not think we are competing. We are all human beings, and we went to the same schools, and we speak the same English, and we breathe the same air. Whether you have degrees and others have something else, we are breathing the same air. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I don't need to be informed. I've finished.
Point of information declined. Honorable Ndeti, then Honorable Maeke. And then I put the question. After Maeke.
Yeah. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand here this morning, a very happy member of County Assembly of Machakos. First of all, I want to congratulate the Committee on Appointments. I have looked at the report, and the committee has done a very good comprehensive report where they have touched on all the areas that we need to look at as we give these very responsible dockets to an employee of this county. So congratulations, Committee on Appointments. In terms of academics, I've seen that the lady has passed. In terms of her experience, she has, and I think she has got what it takes. And honorable members, I want to say that as an advocate of women responsiveness, I still believe that even women need to compete with men in, fair competition. So we cannot just, we cannot just say that this position is being given to this lady just because she's a lady. No, I'm sure the governor looked at her abilities, and as a house, I call upon each and everyone in this house to pass or to vote this lady. She is competent, she is capable, and she will be able to work for this county. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Mike, then I'll have Honorable Ndalana
Thank you,
as
Madam
the last
Speaker.
one.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think I would not have done myself justice if I don't contribute to this, because the appointee on question happens to come from a sub-county. And I want to say that as a person, first and foremost, I want to congratulate the Appointments Committee. It's one of the committees that I've come to learn needs a lot of spine, because when you are doing some appointments and vetting people, there are a lot of sometimes a lot of forces here and there, but they steered through and they came up with a name. As you've heard from the recommendations that have been made by the chair appointment, that she passed. And personally, I know Madam Rita. I know her as a resilient woman, as a person who is competent, and I know she'll come with a lot of experience in that docket. And in addition, I want also to take this opportunity to thank the governor because I know when doing appointments, geopolitical or geographical is one of the considerations, and gender. And I'll be very happy to inform this house that when we heard about the appointment, Kalama Sub-County as a whole was happy. And this house are proving today, this house making that, and I urge the members to consider her and consider that appointment, and you'll see the joy we'll have as a Kalama people. And we thank the governor for the same, and we shall continue supporting the governor in our endeavors and in whatever she is doing in our work. So I'm standing here to support and congratulate her in advance, because I have faith that the honorable members will make her to pass. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Ndalana.
My name is Honorable Ndalana from Kalama and Mumbuni Ward. Madam Speaker, I want to thank God. I have come from far with Rita Ndunge. She has been crying for me. I have been praying for her so that she can get a job. So I thank God so much because I have been praying for her. And I also thank Governor Wavinya for appointing my sister Rita. And I know Rita, she will go far in the name of Jesus Christ. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me give opportunity to members. They want to say something, members. Yeah. Then I start with Honorable Rosina, then Honorable Mutie, Honorable Ndwiki, Honorable Ometosha.
Yes.
Honorable Ndawa, Honorable Kaviu, Honorable Brian Kisila, then Honorable Modwani. Thank you. Let's proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Rosina, Special Elected Wiper, and a resident of Kalama. Madam Speaker, first I want to applaud the committee for a thorough job well done. Secondly, Madam Speaker, I want to applaud the governor in a special way for empowering women. Madam Speaker, I've interacted with Kanarita, as we call her, and I'm very sure as X in X that she'll assist the governor in actualizing a manifesto of Leume Sane, Mbesa Movuko. So, Madam Speaker, without much ado, I want to support the report. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Who was the next? Honorable Motie.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I want to thank the committee that came up with this report for doing the evaluation on our behalf. But I would like to contribute on this appointment. As a father of girls, I have two beautiful girls, Naomi and Abigail, as I love my kids so much. This appointment, I will tell them a story tonight that work hard in a Machakos of fair leadership, you still have a chance. I will also tell my last born, Vincent Motie Jr., that if you do not work hard, your sisters will show you dust. Finally, Honorable Speaker. Oh yeah, because I believe that this appointment is not based on appeasing one gender. It is based on getting the best for the job. That's why I believe that as we continue to grow in leadership, as we continue to steer our county to a greater level, I want to believe that it shall come a point that we will not be judged according to our gender. We will be judged according to our ability, and this is a signal that your ability can save yourself a place on the table. I support the report.
Honorable Ndwiki.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Daniel Ndwiki, representing the great people of Mulolongo Syokimau Ward. I stand to support this motion, Madam Speaker, and indicate that I've known Kanarida, as she is commonly known, during the times of politics. And Madam Speaker,
During our interview, she confirmed she's the same person as Kanarita. So don't worry when you are saying Kanarita, she confirmed that. Proceed.
Thank you for the guidance, Madam Speaker. I just want to enlighten that if you see a person trying to seek for elective post for not one time, not two times, that shows that person has willingness to serve, Madam Speaker. So I can confirm that the appointee is willing to serve, and not only to serve, but to serve the people of Machakos, Madam Speaker. She has been vying for the seat of women rep. She knows many parts of Machakos, Madam Speaker. During our campaigns, I could see her in my place in Mololongo. So I understand that she knows the status of the roads in Mololongo. She understands the status of the road in the whole Machakos. And in this point, Madam Speaker, I wish she will perform. So she has all the qualifications and she is up to the task. So I support her appointment and wish that Machakos will not be the same again. And Madam Speaker, I want to remind the Kalama people that the Honorable the appointee will not serve the people of Kalama. She will serve the people of Machakos. I've heard Honorable Mike saying that the Kalama has got the leader. This is the leader for Machakos, not for Kalama. And she'll do good for the whole Machakos. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you very much, Honorable Ndawa.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Again, I wish to also give my input on the business before the House. Number one, Honorable Speaker, I happen to be a member of the appointment committee, and I personally interacted with the nominee when she came for vetting. Honorable Speaker, I want to confirm to this House that the nominee has all what is required to perform the task that is going to be assigned to her. Again, Honorable Speaker, during the interview, when we were interviewing that nominee, she demonstrated to the expectation of the committee members. She answered all the questions correctly. And Honorable Speaker, because you chaired that session, you remember we had said 60% as a pass mark. And in the report, the nominee scored about 87%. If she was in secondary school or primary school, that would be a straight A. So I want to say that she did what was expected. And again, Honorable Speaker, we also looked at her when she came. Because when you are interviewing somebody, appearance is also part of the interview. The way she presented herself, the way she dressed that day, that is a God-fearing lady. And she was dressed in a way that shows that she is somebody who is keen to ensure that everybody is well, is okay. Because sometimes you interview ladies who have very short dress that may even confuse the interviewers.
Please.
They can be deviated from what they are saying to do. But this lady, this nominee, presented herself in a very ample way. Again, Honorable Speaker, they're ready to advance the entire county. And I'm very sure from the experience of that were passing the county during the campaign, she knows exactly the areas which need to be given attention. So that is another added advantage. Again, Honorable Speaker, I just want to say, like Mheshimiwa Ndalana, we should thank God for giving us this lady, and also thank Honorable Governor for fronting this lady to be vetted for that position. Some members who spoke before me were saying that they are happy because she's a lady. And I want to say and to confirm here, we have so many ladies in this county. And it is only Lita who was proposed or who was nominated for that position. So it is not issue of ladies or men. It is competence. Competence. I want to thank Governor because the candidates she has been bringing to this committee, it is a sieve to me, it is a sieve she vets first before bringing them to us, because she has never brought any person who does not meet the criteria set by the committee. So, Honorable Speaker and Honorable Members, I wish to request my colleagues to agree with the report. And since you know we are now experiencing what we call El Nino, and you know the status of our roads, I wish we can approve this lady just now and request the governor to swear her in tomorrow, so that the day after tomorrow she is on field assessing the situation or the damage caused by this El Nino, so that she can be able to plan for next course of action. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I support the report.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Kavio.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. And to the Honorable Minority Leader, I think he needs to read Job 31 verse 1, where the word of God encourages us to make covenant with our eyes. Not to, I think that will work for him in any time he encounters the short dresses he's talking about. He'll not have an issue, because now he comes from Yata, but I know Nairobi is soon coming towards that side, so short dresses will not an issue of bother to him. But on the matter for the day, I rise to support the report because as a member of the committee, we had an opportunity to interview the candidate, and to the best of my knowledge, I can assure this house that Madam Rita is qualified for the role, and we also need, as a house, so many people look upon us, and when we reduce ourselves, Madam Speaker, to discussing issues to do with gender on who is better, what we are looking is one person from Machakos who can steer Machakos to make a better place. And because even Her Excellency the Governor, we voted her on basis of competence and a track record. And it's on the same basis that people are being appointed in Machakos. It has nothing to do with gender or where you come from. What we want is competent, because you can come from Kinanye, and if you are not competent, that doesn't serve the people of Machakos better. But congratulations to the people of Kalama and Machakos in general, because I think the nominee is well versed with Machakos County, having traversed through all the 40 wards in our campaign period. We hope that will serve as an addition to her in delivering to the people of Machakos. We also wish her the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Maida.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and the honorable members. Madam Speaker, I take this opportunity to, first and foremost, thank Her Excellency the Governor for finding it wise to fill this Department of Roads, which is full in tree. Every member seated in this assembly today can attest that with the seizure of rains for the last 2 days, there is some sigh of relief from our wards. And it has not been easy to navigate through, Madam Speaker, for the last 2-3 weeks when it's been raining. And it is as a result of the department not having its full composition in terms of execution of our governor's agenda. So I want to thank the governor for doing this as soon as practicable. And I just have noted 1, 2, 3 things here, Madam Speaker, that I want to point out. This house, when we are discussing issues, let us not discuss as if there is competition between the gender aspect. I've come from an house, Madam Speaker, where I have a lady who takes care of me. I have daughters whom I love so much. We have our sisters here whom we love so much. We have our able speaker, our able governor, our able women rep, our able senator, who are women. And we totally appreciate that. So I want in future, going forward that, Madam Speaker, when we come to this house, let us not discuss as if there is opposition in this assembly from the male leaders against the female leader. We appreciate. And in fact, the discussion we had last week about the motion that the issue about changing our stand in order by Honorable, I think that one surpassed everything. So I think that is the time, the move that we need to take. And as Honorable Kavyu has said, is that it's about competence. It's not about who comes from where, which gender parity. No, it's about the competence. The nominee at hand, in fact, the first qualification that she bears is that the number of times she has traversed in this county gives her enough qualification. Today, when you talk to Mheshimiwa Rita about Ndalani, for example, the Mheshimiwa of Ndalani does not need to explain to her that specific, because she has been there twice or not even thrice, not even twice. So she really understands about the geographical issues about this county. So it is high time now that we give her that opportunity to serve and realize that, in fact, now she wanted to be a women rep. But right now, she will serve the county of Machakos in a different capacity, more or less equal to the position that she wanted. In fact, Madam Speaker, that department will give her more experience because the Department of Road is quite sensitive, it is quite demanding, it requires a lot of wisdom and experience, because in the next 1 week, Madam Speaker, the so-called honorable members you can see here, supporting her, will be in her office. The moment you land the minority leader in that office, find minority leader in that office, demanding the roles of Matu, it's not the same manner as the way he's talking here, Madam Speaker. So she will have a lot of experience and exposure to use all what she had wanted to do in Machakos County by having that position. All we can do is to wish her well and make sure that of importance is she takes the governor's ambition to the next level. The governor appointed her because she believed she's competent, she's able and capable. All other nitty-gritties about age, whatnot, nothing, Madam Speaker, that is none of our business. Our business is to have a competent and a Machakos able and capable person given that important docket to spearhead the transport issues in Machakos County. I wish her well, and as she takes the new office with immediate effect, which I believe the governor can even do it in the afternoon, she's going to serve this honorable county with utmost passion and compassion and ensure that the mess that has been left behind by the blessings of the rains is sorted out and more comes as we continue to expedite on delivering services to our people. I wish this appointment all the best, and I'm sure, Madam Speaker, she is equal to the task. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Member. Honorable Brian Kisila.
Madam Speaker, I'm a member of this committee and I will be very brief. I interrogated Kanarita and you bear me witness that she's got what it takes to deliver the governor's manifesto. As we support the motion on her appointment, we also want to throw challenge to her, if she's watching, that road network in Machakos County is relying on her. The El Nino is here, and we expect her to perform above expectation so that our excellent the governor, who actually is very unique in her appointment, for her to identify Kanarita and actually nominate her to this assembly is very unique. Reason being that there is no other person who knows Machakos County on road network after Kanarita. I think she has got what it takes, and we wish her well, but let her also know that our work is well cut out, and this assembly expects her to deliver to the expectations required. Road network is not just grading. We expect her to grade the roads, put maram, put culverts, drain them very well, so that our people can sell their fruits, their crops, without any hindrance. We will support her, we'll give her the required budget, and we expect her to deliver. I support, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. May I invite the mover of the motion to come and reply?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, honorable members. It has been an interesting debate today. I never thought that the nominee would have such a good debate from honorable members. Only to mention on Honorable Constance's remarks on the issue of age, it was just an error that we needed it corrected. I was seated close to Honorable Daniel, who has also showed me the same issue on the age. He was asking me whether for sure the lady is born 1997. And so, but age is just a number. Age is just a number. you realized when we were debating the issue of honorable minority leader, who even recognized that the nominee and dressed very well. That means that you also noted that that the dress was below the knee. So that confirms that age is just a number. But it was good that we correct the same. The other thing I would say about the nominee was that during our interview as a vice chair, she